Hi, my name's James Faulkner. I'm the Editorial Director of Master Investor magazine. I've got with me George Frangeskides. He's the Executive Chairman of Alba Minerals. Hi, George.
Hi, James.
Tell us a little bit about the background to Alba Minerals and what it's all about.
Sure. Well, we're in mining and oil and gas at the moment. We've got a mining project in Greenland, which we are 90% owners of, and we have been involved with that about 18 months now.
Okay.
And apart from that, on the oil and gas side, we're investors in two projects you might have heard of. One is called Horse Hill, which is in the Weald Basin in Surrey. We're a 10% or just shy of 10% owner in Horse Hill. And pretty much next door, a project called Brockham, which Angus Energy are operating. We've got 5% interest in Brockham. So we've got an interesting mix of mining and oil and gas projects.
Tell us a little bit more about Horse Hill, because that's been big news in the UK oil and gas sector of late, hasn't it?
Yes, it has. I mean, we got involved initially with a 5% interest in Horse Hill developments. We really like the asset. We've acquired a further 5% from Regency Mines, and then another 5% from Angus Energy. So we've increased our stake considerably from the beginning. We see there's a huge amount of potential there, which I think is well documented. Yeah. The question we're going to face this year is going in and doing extended flow tests to see how much recoverability and over what period of time we can get at Horse Hill. When we did a short flow test last year, we were getting about 1,600 barrels a day over a 24-hour period. So that's pretty impressive. Yeah. What we want to go and see is whether we can achieve that over a longer period of time. So that's the key for this year, and that will tell us a lot about commerciality at Horse Hill.
Right. And you've also got Brockham, which is the producing asset, is that right?
Yes, yeah, it was producing until early last year when they closed production down for various reasons, including just the need for site upgrades at Brockham. So we acquired that 5% interest through our purchase of 5% of Horse Hill from Angus Energy. So it was a bolt-on, which has turned out quite nicely for us. So we obviously like that project because it is a producer. Right. The profile is slightly different to Horse Hill, which is an exploration story. But the lead time for production at Brockham, or getting back into production at Brockham, is very short. I mean, we hope to be producing again this year. So that should be revenue generating for all of the consortium partners, including Alba.
And aside from the oil and gas interests, you've also got a graphite project in Greenland.
Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about that and the state of play for the graphite market in particular.
Sure. Well, we like graphite because apart from its industrial uses, which are well known, it is a key component of lithium-ion batteries. And actually, I think about 4 or 5 times more graphite in a lithium-ion battery than there is lithium. So people don't really know that. So we should
call it becoming really important because of the
electric vehicle market. Yeah. Exactly. So that you've seen an explosion in electric vehicle market. The number of adverts on television, all of the car manufacturers getting into it in a serious way. So we see the growth in graphite being particularly from that sector in the next 5 to 10 years and beyond. People talk about Tesla a lot. There's a huge amount of expansion going on there with their electric vehicles, but there's China, there's all the German manufacturers, everybody is getting involved in a very, very serious way in that industry. So we've got a graphite project that we're now 90% owners of in southern Greenland. It's high grade, it's 25+%, which is taking it probably to one of the 2 or 3 highest grade graphite projects in the world. We're not as advanced as some, and that really is going to come this year when we do some serious work on site.
Right. So what can investors expect in terms of news flow over the next year or so?
Well, from the oil and gas projects, we certainly expect to see Brockham in production this year, and on Horse Hill, the subject to planning approvals, which we hope to get by the summer, we would then be looking to do these extended flow tests, which will tell us whether we have a commercial discovery at Horse Hill. So they're very significant events, both of them. On the graphite front, we're doing a lot of metallurgical test work at the moment. That's going to tell us a lot about, we obviously know we've got high-grade graphite. We know we've got very good flake distribution, but we'll know a little bit more in the next few months about how much of what component, of what kind of flake we've got. It's very technical, right. Won't bore you with that, but we'll know a lot more about the products that we can produce from our graphite and who might be interested in those products. That will then inform us in terms of going back in this year and drilling. Where do we drill? What other work do we do? We really want to fast track that project. Yeah. We think it's got all the right fundamentals. So I think Thus far, we're in pre-resource territory in our graphite project. We want to get an initial resource this year. I think people then will really take notice of Amitsoq by the end of the year.
Okay. George Frangeskides, Executive Director of Alba Minerals, thank you very much.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching.